Hi, this is Mrs. Dalsheim. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Japan and about elements of nonfiction text, and then I'll show you examples of both. So to start with, this book, you'll see a lot of sticky notes sticking out. It's to make sure I tell you things that I feel are important and I didn't want to forget. This book is called Postcards from Japan. And I thought it would be an interesting book to share with you for so many reasons. One, you know some elements of nonfiction text, and this has many of them. This has a table of contents where it lists the name of the chapter and the page number where it starts. This has an index in the back, so there are certain important things you might want to look up, and if you look them up, it'll say the page number next to it specifically of what you can find. There's another element of nonfiction text called a glossary. So a glossary is like a little mini dictionary that goes along with the actual words that are in the book. The book will have the words in bold print, darker, and that means you could look in the back in the glossary for them. So those are some elements of nonfiction text. And when I look at the table of contents, I know which chapters I want to read to you. I'm not reading all of them, but they're written in letter form. The first letter goes with this picture, which you'll recognize. It says, "Dear Kim, Japan is a long way from home. You can see Japan in red on the small map. We are on Honshu. It's the biggest island in Japan. Lots of people live here. Can you find Honshu on the big map? Love, Pat. P.S. Mom says that Japan is much smaller than the United States. Even though it is made up of about 4,000 islands, more than 100 million people live here." This is a street. This is a caption, another element of nonfiction text. And this is a street in the middle of Tokyo. "Dear Tom, it took about 12 hours to fly from Los Angeles to Tokyo. Most people in Japan do not speak English. They speak only Japanese. Japanese writing looks like pictures. Your friend Daniel. P.S. Dad says that nearly a quarter of all the people in Japan live in or around Tokyo, which is the capital city of Japan." I think you knew that already. This adult is picking a present for someone special. "Dear Katie, Japanese money is called yen. Mom gave me some yen to buy presents. Japanese people buy lots of presents. People in the stores pack each present in a pretty paper box. Love, Jenny. P.S. I love these P.S.s. P.S. Mom says that Japanese people are very polite. They bring small presents with them every time they visit friends. This is a way of saying thank you. A plate of salad and raw fish is called sashimi. Dear Joanne, Japanese people like to eat fresh food. They eat a lot of fish. People eat their food with chopsticks. They do not use knives and forks, but they do use spoons. Love, Teddy. Some restaurants show different dishes in the window. You can see what is in each dish, and you choose the ones you want to eat before you go inside. This is a bullet train passing Mount Fuji. Beautiful. You saw this a few weeks ago when Miss Arsenault zoomed in to show you Mount Fuji. Dear Juanita, we saw Mount Fuji today. It's the highest mountain in Japan. We also went on the bullet train. It's the fastest train in Japan. It travels at more than 150 miles an hour. Love, Jose. P.S. I love the P.S.s. Dad says that many people travel by train in Japan because the roads are so crowded. In many cities, the railroad lines run under the ground. That's true in New York City also. A farm and rice fields near Kyoto. Dear Sue, most of the farms in Japan are very small. Many farmers use machines in the fields. Some people do the work by hand. They grow a lot of rice and fruits and vegetables. Love, Anna. P.S. Mom says that most people in Japan eat rice at every meal. Some Japanese people like the food we eat for breakfast. We have the same kind of breakfast here as we do at home. It's a beautiful inside of a person's house. Looks different than it does in your house, I bet. Dear John, most people here live in new apartment complexes. Old houses are made of wood. The walls inside are made of paper. People sit on mats or cushions on the floor. Love, Kelly. P.S. Mom says that Japanese people take their shoes off when they go into a house. They leave their shoes in the hall, just like Miss Shashua told you before you go into a school. It's very hot in Japan during the summer. Children have school vacation for 6 weeks. Lots of people go to the beach. Some people travel by boat from one island to another. Love, Carl. Dad says that it's cooler in the spring. Lots of people go to the country to see the cherry blossoms. Beautiful cherry blossoms. You could walk around Brookline wearing your mask, but you could walk around Brookline and look at the cherry blossoms. Oops. This is a flag of Japan. Dear Susie, the Japanese name for Japan is Nippon. This means the land of the rising sun. The red circle on the Japanese flag stands for the sun. Love, Lisa. P.S. Mom says that long ago the people believed that the emperor was the sun god. Now the people choose their leaders and the emperor does not rule. Japan is a democracy. So there are a bunch of different important letters through here. They're postcards. They're like short letters. And I tied that in with this book because we just wrote letters. We wrote letters because this was a chance for us to write to Mother Earth, or we celebrated this past week Earth Day. So we wrote letters, and this book is filled with letters. So I hope you learned something about Japan. Go on your class website because we have a lot of different links that you could click on. It was fun reading to you. Bye.